So do people understand who you are? Do they get your story? The story of who you are, what you do, why you do it? Hi, I'm Bill. This is Creative License, and thanks again for being a part of this little show that has been going on so long. You are a huge part of the fact that I'm still doing this and people still are checking it out, and that I have sponsors, even Electro Voice and DJ Event Planner and DJNTV and Promo Only and Electro Voice and Perfect Portals. Be nice to them because they're nice to me, which means I can keep doing this for you. So the reason I ask the question is your story and what you do is important for people to understand. It will help for people to see you more than just a DJ. They'll start seeing you as a service provider, as a person who cares about what they do. But if you don't understand, then you can't really communicate it. So what I'm going to suggest and challenge you to do this week is I want you to get a piece of paper and I want you to start write down these questions. When it comes to you, okay, what do you stand for? Okay. Why do you do what you do? Not just in your job as the DJ, but in the other jobs that you have, or in your life, or as a person, as a man, as a woman. Have you ever sat down and written down all the things about your business and your life and tried to explain why you're that in your life and in your business? I need you to write that down. Because if you don't know, and if you haven't chosen those reasons, and you can't communicate that, the customer will come up with their own reasons. And that's not always the best thing for you, okay? It's important that you understand because sometimes it's going to be important to see. And if you really understand it and you've done this work, then you don't necessarily have to sit down and say, let me tell you why I'm a DJ. They're going to feel it. They're going to see it because you've given thought to it. And because you gave thought to it, everything you do, everything you say, your marketing, the way you talk about what you do what you do, the way you dress, the way you smile, that answer will just beam through it all. They'll be able to tell you those reasons. They will understand. Because trust me, if you don't make those choices and really understand them, that's why writing them down is so important. Because once you write them down, plus you come back to them week after week and you're going to rethink them, or year after year, or whenever you do, those things are going to change. Those whys are going to change. Why are you playing this kind of music? Why won't you play that kind of music? What won't you do? And why won't you do it? Who won't you work for? And why won't you work for them? Who do you want to work for? And why do you want to work for them? These things are important to choose because if you don't choose, it will be chosen for you. And then you're going to deal with the customers and do the things that you might not necessarily be excited about. Okay? People who get out of this, people who don't do this anymore, because they're like, this business, man, I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to do this, trust me, you don't have to do any of that. Okay? It's just that you didn't choose what you wouldn't do. So now you're stuck doing what was chosen for you. The customers that showed up were the ones you worked for because you didn't know. You didn't give any thought to who you would and wouldn't work for. Okay? The music you play are the ones that you think that people will dance to. Not necessarily the ones that you approve of or that you would stand behind. You can remove a lot of music that you would not play and still have great dancing. But if you start playing music that you don't feel good about, that you're not passionate about, then yeah, of course you're going to start thinking this is an awful job. Because you feel like you have to play this. You have to do that. If you say things that you were told to say, instead of finding things to say that you are passionate about, doing it in a passionate way for reasons that matter to you, then you're going to have to do things that you don't want to do and say things you don't want to do. And then, of course, you're going to get to a place where this job sucks, man. I mean, every day I go and do this thing. I thought it was going to be something else. But the only thing people want is this. I don't like this. There are things about our job that we don't like. And there's some things that we love and that we're passionate about. But if you don't take the time, then you're just hoping that those things will show up. instead of making it clear that this is who you are, this is who you'll work for, this is what you'll say and do, this is how you express yourself, and then that's all you do. And then every day you can't wait to get to work because you know who you are. You chose. Nobody chose to wait. What do you think? Write down in the comments below. This is Bill, Creative License, and I'll see you next time.